Hi everyone, this is Lina from Trading Edge, and today we're gonna summarize what is happening this week and when the bear reversal date will happen. As I said in my previous video, the bear reversal dates, I mentioned that this week it will be difficult to decide in which direction the market is going. It's panning out like this. I did say that from the 15th, 16th, I expect the first signs of weakness. That's exactly how it played out. And now we're going to observe a little bit more of this pumping and dumping every day until the 24th, when I believe the bear reversal will take place. If in case I'm wrong, and it's very healthy to question ourselves, what if I'm wrong? And I learned this from someone who is a genius, from Jack Gillen. He always questions himself and he always says, what if I'm wrong? So it's a healthy now habit that I'm practicing. If I'm wrong that the bear reversal is on the 24th or 25th of February, then the next date I've got is the 5th of March. Basically the pump it will be on the 4th, and then around 4th and 5th, late 4th or early 5th, I expect the bear reversal to take place. If I'm wrong with that as well, then ultimately by 22nd of March the bear reversal will take place. But I believe that by 22nd of March it will already be lower. Anyway, that's the latest, the very latest by which the bear reversal of Bitcoin should take place is the 22nd of March. I would like to now get more technical, because anyone can say anything, we're all speculating, but people need to see some justification why I think like this. So now I'm gonna move you to the screen. If I knew how to do that, I never had the time actually to learn how to work with this. So I'm gonna stop recording now, guys, and I'm gonna do the other recording which I know how to do. Okay, I'm back again. So first of all, let me show you something here, that on the basis of all of these variables that I use, esoteric variables, I use 17 in total, and I line them up against each other. Do you see how the red color here started increasing in this week? After the 15th, the red is much more. For the 20th particularly, I haven't had closing a candle prediction because we have a combination of variables. However, for tomorrow my closing candle is green, 22nd green, and 23rd green. 23rd actually, yeah, and 23rd is green, and then I've got the 24th and 25th. However, these I always revise these before the day, so they are subject to later revisions. My point is to just observe that suddenly the red colors kind of started increasing here in the second half of the month. Now, I don't like using intuition. What I do, I don't have intuition, by the way. What I do, I use these esoteric variables which have been back tested, majority of them, and then I weigh them, I give them points, and then I check which points are more, the red points or the green points, and only then I decide the color of the candle. So it's quite a lengthy process. It's not something that, it's not that I just connect with my intuition and I just say, oh, what do I think will happen tomorrow? Okay, then let me give it a green color. So this is one of the confluences, that in this second half of the month suddenly it started going much redder. Another thing I would like to show you is this spreadsheet that I have. This is my non-human forecast, which has been created by counting the green candle closures for every single day of the month and the red candle closures, and then the percentages are obtained for the green candles and for the red candles, and in this way this spreadsheet is predicting what is likely to happen on the following year. So for example, the 1st of February, 84% of the time 1st of February has closed on a green candle since 2011. So the likelihood is that it will close on a green candle. So one of the reasons why I created this spreadsheet is to give me these historical behaviors of the Bitcoin market on every single day of the month, because I wanted to establish are there any fixed dates that tend to close on the same color candles. And it turned out that there are around 10 days in the month that are quite fixed, that tend to close on the same color candles. And for me that is very useful to know what those dates are as a trader, because it gives me a picture not only for the daily closing candles. I'm not even a daily trader, but it gives me a picture about the trends, in the possible trends in the month. And there are so many different ways to use this spreadsheet, but one of the ways that I use this spreadsheet is I check what is the historical performance on a certain date. So for example, the 14th of February, the historical performance is 84.62 green. 14th of February has closed on a green candle 84% of the time. So if it closes on a green candle, that's fantastic, means that it's performing according to its historical behavior. So the conclusion is neutral in that case. We're not making a conclusion at all here whether the market is bullish or bearish. We start making the conclusions when we see the opposite behavior. So for example, on the 16th of February, it has closed on a green candle only 53% of the time. And I beg your pardon, let's have a look at 15th of February. So 15th of February has closed on a red candle 61% of the time. However, on the 15th of February it closed on a green candle. So that is then like a signal saying, bing, pay attention, pay attention. A traditionally red candle day is closing on a green. Could that mean that Bitcoin will be going up? So to me that is an indicator, a little whisper that it is possible, not 100% guaranteed, but it is possible that Bitcoin market could be going up, that could be on a bullish trend. On what time frame? On daily time frames and weekly time frames, maximum monthly time frames. So let's move to the next candle. So 17th of February, 69% of the time has closed on a green candle. But what happened this year? It closed on a red candle. So again, this is another signal saying, bing, pay attention. A very strong day. 69% is a pretty high percentage for a candle to be, for a day to be closing on a green candle. If that was random, it's a pretty significant percentage. So clearly it's not random. And the fact that it closed on a red candle, again, it's an indication that the market could be reversing. However, so far here in this middle of the month, we had one red date that was meant to close on a red, but it closed on a green, and we had one green date that was meant to be green, but it closed on a red. This shows that there is some instability in the market. It's kind of becoming more shaky if these historical occurrences begin to swap around. And the second thing is kind of they neutralize each other because it's one on each side, one red and one green. However, pay attention to which one is first and which one is second. The first one is a red candle closing on a green. That's fantastic, indicating a possible turn higher. But only a day later, a green candle, a day that was meant to close on a green candle, is closing on a red. So that means that it's turning down, I'm afraid. If it was the other way around, if the first occurrence of instability, or you can call it a different word, you can call it diversification. So up until here, there is only two wrong candles. Look, only the 5th of February and the 10th of February have closed on the wrong candle. And on both occasions, pay attention, they were predicted to be red candles days, and they closed on green candles. So on both of these occasions, and these are the only wrong dates, everything else this month has closed exactly as predicted by this spreadsheet, and it was running at an 80% accuracy. And suddenly we got another red candle, which on the 15th of February we got another red candle which is closing on a green. So that is continuing the bullish trend of the month. But suddenly we're getting now a green candle. This is for the first time this month. We need to pay attention to this. It hasn't happened before in the month. It's for the first time in the month we're getting a green candle, a very strong green candle, 69%, closing on a red. That is not even a whisper, that is now becoming a shouting. Possible bear diversion. Moving on to the following day, the 18th. The 18th was predicted, it had a 50-50, it's one of those fluid days that can go either way. And that's another benefit of this spreadsheet, is that it gives you those fluid days which are non-tradable, because if they don't have a strong historical background, if 50-50 means that 50% of the time they have closed on green candle, 50% of the time they have closed on a red candle. So these days are not really significant days on the Bitcoin market. And they're non-tradable in my opinion in that case, because they don't allow us to make a prediction what is going to happen. They don't allow us to make a theory, never mind the prediction. Because if we have a theory about what's going to happen, and then we can very quickly invalidate the theory. We observe the behavior on the market and very quickly we invalidate it, and that is good, that is competent behavior. If you invalidate the theory as soon as possible, you're observant and you invalidate it as soon as possible, that's quite a healthy thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that, to have the wrong theory, as long as you invalidate it on time. But in this occasion here, we cannot actually have a theory for the 18th. So these are non-tradable days, and that spreadsheet that I'm showing you is very, very useful, that it gives the non-tradable days. It closed on a green candle. I remember that it closed on a green candle. So let's give it the green color. Okay. And then we're moving on to the 19th of February. Look what is happening now. This is a strong day with 69% again, 69% occurrence of closing on a green candle. But the 19th of February closed on a red candle. So now we have 2 days confirmation here, change of color, not performing. The market is not performing according to its historical trend. It was, first of all, it was the 17th. The 17th was the big surprise that closed on the green. Let me just double check here actually. 17th. What is going on? I deliberately didn't log in because I wanted to show a clear chart. So 17th of February closed on a red candle. Here it is. Right? So that is a very big surprise. That means that Bitcoin is now not performing according to these very reliable conclusions here, very reliable summaries. It closed on a red candle on the 17th, and now on the 18th it closed on a green candle, but so what, because 18th is not making any prediction. 18 is a non-tradable day, it's 50-50. So it's not a big deal that it's closing on a green candle here. The important days are these here that have very strong historical behavior of closing on green candles. And what is happening then on the 19th, which had a likelihood of 69%? Let's have a look. So 19th closed on a red candle. This is day number 3 so far, where the market is closing, instead of the predicted green candle, it's closing on a red candle. And some people then said, well, that means that the forecast is not accurate, but it's got nothing to do with that. They just simply look at it in a very superficial way. This forecast is not made by a human. It's not competing with anyone to say, oh, I'm an accurate forecast. What this forecast is giving is the historical performances on every single day of the month. And in that way, it gives us a picture of those days, what kind of tendencies they have in the individual days of the month. And in that way, we can compare the historical performance with the behavior on the day, the present day. And in that way, we can make a conclusion about the direction of travel. That's the benefit of using this forecast. It needs a bit of thinking. It's not to be used in the most superficial way. Oh, let's see, 84%. It has closed on a green, that means it will close on a green. All it means is if it closes on a green, everything is normal. There is no surprise there. But if it closes on a red, it raises a question mark. And now we have 3 days in the second half of this month that actually have closed on a red. So that is more than a question mark. It's becoming a bit of a shout. Okay. And now we're moving on today. Today is the 20th. The forecast is that it will close on a green. It started pumping today, and then it went down. It went red. For the moment it's performing as red, but it's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it does have a chance to close on a green candle today. It's very interesting to see now. This is a very key day because it has a lot of things happening today. It's something like a cornerstone. That's why I couldn't decide for today on what candle it will close, because a lot of things are going on here. Basically, bulls and bears, very big fight between the bullish and bearish esoteric confluences. And it's very interesting to see who will win in this fight. And I believe that this today candle is red. I believe that this is definitely a confirmation for the bear reversal. So, if it closes on a green, it is a bit more positive. If today closes on a green, it's a bit more positive about the bear reversal. It means that it may happen later on, but not straight away. And that's how we use this spreadsheet. We just keep monitoring how the candles are performing, the present days are performing. Are they performing according to their historical tendency, or are they changing colors? And in this way we draw a conclusion about the trend. So if anyone would like to have this spreadsheet, you can find it on my website. I'll put the link in the description of this video. And I wanted to show you one more reasoning, because I really want to justify what I'm saying, that every single forecast that I make comes from a lot of thinking and a lot of considerations. I'm not psychic, and I don't have any intuition. I don't actually appeal to my intuition when I'm trying to decide the direction of travel. So in my previous video I showed you this spreadsheet, and I said that I'm very disconcerted that when Bitcoin went to 39,600, it didn't respect the Bitcoin market didn't respect this level of support, and this is a very, very important level of support. So what happened on the Bitcoin market is that it went to 38k, which is 1k lower. It went exactly 38k and 600. Sometimes I think that these traders are kind of trading in riddles, that they're kind of giving us hints about what is going to happen, or maybe I'm just paranoid, but to me that was a hint. I took that as a hint because these levels here are iron. In life we always have to make an assumption about something. We cannot kind of withdraw from any assumption. If you just count how many assumptions you're making when you leave your home, we're making about 100 assumptions in the first 10 minutes of leaving our homes. That the car will stop, the car in front of us will stop at the green traffic light, at the red traffic light, and then they will start at the green traffic light, and the whole world revolves around assumptions. So as this is a scientific sequence which has been proven scientifically, and it's from the days when scientists used to care about people and they used to want to support and help people, not enslave and make people ill, I actually really trust this line of numbers, this sequence of numbers, the phi on power, the exponential phi values. So these levels here can be used as levels, not only as levels of support, but to be understood in this way. They are very, they're proven that they're quite significant numbers in a sequence. And for that reason, if they are used in the field of trading, the asset should gravitate towards these values, if this is a significant sequence of numbers. And historically, Bitcoin has gravitated around 39,600 for months and months and months. However, in January, when Bitcoin dipped, it didn't respect this level. It went below it with a whole 1k, and for that reason, that's a very strong indication that Bitcoin is not going much higher. It's definitely not going to this level. When everyone was bullish a couple of days ago, everyone said ATH soon. And in my opinion, no, Bitcoin needs to bounce off this level. It needs to show to itself that it's quite strong. And this will be a very strong indicator. It will be a very reliable indicator of strength if Bitcoin reaches 39,600 and bounces off. Ideally 39,800 or 39,900, because I've checked the chart, and in the past when Bitcoin has bounced off those levels, it's always been a bit higher than those levels, and when it has gone up to much bigger heights, it's never been exactly on those levels. It's always bounced off a bit higher. So we need to see Bitcoin coming back to 39,600, bouncing off a bit higher, going up higher, and then probably visiting it again and bouncing off a second time a bit higher. And only then that will be a very strong indication that this level of support is very, very strong. That's like someone who is doing their A levels, and the next thing we expect from them that they'll go and do a PhD. There are some geniuses out there who do that from A levels they move straight to PhD, but the majority of people, they have to do a degree, then they have to do a master's degree, and then only then they do the PhD. So Bitcoin market disrespected this level of support, and now people want the next ATH. So are you kidding? That's absolutely impossible, because the next ATH is here. That's two more levels of exponential to get to the next ATH. The next ATH is not coming anytime soon. We'll be very lucky to get to 64k this year in 2024. I believe it will happen, but not before we revisit the 39k 600 and bounce off from there in a very healthy way without crossing this level, and bouncing off probably twice as well, not once, in order to show a very strong, a very big strength. So the direction of travel, in my opinion, is that Bitcoin is heading now to the 39 to retest it. 39,800, 39,900 to retest it, and only then it will go up to 64k, and even more likely it will retest it twice, and only then it will go up to 64k. I believe it will happen this year, the 64k, but I need to see when it's going to retest the 39k. Probably April. I do believe that will happen in April. I have done another video about that, and I will do another video about April when the time comes. So more likely is that Bitcoin will retest the 39k in April, and April is a very bearish month. It's going to be quite a nasty month. So it's very likely that Bitcoin will drop to 24k in April. And again, if I happen to be wrong, then it will be October. October is a very nasty month. It's not complicated and it's not difficult. If you ever want a more simple way of trading, I cannot deliver that, because that's how the market is. All of these esoteric tools, they're just reflecting how the reality of the market is. Do you think that it will be easy, that they'll make it easy for us to open that long position that will take us all the way to the ATH? And do you think all those people who opened their long positions, when was that? In sometime, was it in September when it hit the 24k? Do you think they'll leave those positions to be comfortable sitting on their laurels? All of those people here who opened their long positions on the 14th of October, on 12th of September, do you think that they'll just leave all of those people here to be just sitting on their laurels and enjoying how much? I really don't think that will happen. I think these levels will be revisited, and after that, with very big pumps, they'll reach the 64k, and then it's too soon now, too early now to talk about what will happen after the 64k. I only have a picture what will happen to get to the 64k. This level revisited, if this level is passed, then the next level is the 24k. Then the next level is this will be revisited. However, this has proven to be quite a stable support so far. It has bounced off higher than 24k on both occasions. Look, this is 25k, and here is 24,900, whereas the spreadsheet is giving us the level 24,400, which means that the bouncing off those levels is very healthy. And if it's healthy, that's very unlikely that they will be revisited again. We need a black swan in that case, if people want to have those levels revisited again because they want to buy Bitcoin very cheap. You need to pray for a black swan, which is possible. I really believe that in April we will have a black swan. But this is now more on the edge of speculation. This is not really now technical reasoning. If we have to be technical, these levels of support here are quite good, the 24k. Bitcoin has bounced off them quite healthily, so more likely is that this level here will be revisited, the 39k. That's technically, and in terms of esoteric variables, the esoteric variables are saying lower, because April will be very bearish. So this is it for today. I just wanted to highlight the benefit of this of these two pieces of work that we have done at Trading Edge. This is the spreadsheet. I will leave the link for this spreadsheet. It's quite affordable. You can buy it on our website. And the other one is the non-human forecast. My forecast is performing with 65%, by the way, so it's not bad for a human being. It's not a bad performance. I counted them a couple of days ago. However, the non-human forecast that I showed you, this one is performing with 80% accuracy, and it's a very good indicator of the changes of trends. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. And also, if you have different opinions, I always want to know what other people think. And I really respect everybody's opinions, because I know when money is at stake, everybody's brains are working hard. So I really want to know what other people think. Bye for now.